Hello and welcome back to the couch. We saved you a seat. My name is Luke.
And I'm Emily. Welcome back. We hope you had very happy holidays, season's greetings, and all of that. We're very busy, so we took a little hiatus, but we're back, babies. And tonight we are going to be doing chapters 30 through 34 of A Court of Mist and Fury by Miss Sarah J. Maas.
Yes, ma'am. And ladies and gentlemen, if you like this content, you can just follow along by checking out the playlist below and doing all that sort of thing. Yes, we enjoy this series. I have never read this kind of book. Well, I read the one before it. This one right here, she's a smut oracle. She is the one. So direct your smut-related questions, I guess, towards this one. Also, we have a membership. You can join the membership and we can, I don't know, release a few videos early. Maybe you see them a little bit early, but it's really just $2 a month, and it's 4 cups of coffee. We also, if you just use those Amazon links and buy other things, we see some proceeds from it, so it's kind of nice. But I think we're ready to get started with the recap and stop talking about what we're doing. Emily, take it away.
Cool. So tonight, chapters 30 through 34, also known as Cassian Does Therapy, Feyre discovers water-based pettiness, and Rhysand is absolutely not okay. So we kick off with Feyre training with Cassian, where she finally says the quiet part out loud, that leaving Tamlin wasn't the hard part, but living with what she did under the mountain is. Cassian listens like a champ. I love my boy in this chapter. Oh, yeah. Then an invitation to the summer court arrives, and suddenly we're in Adriata, meeting Tarquin, Varian, and Cressida. Feyre and Tarquin flirt. Politics get a little spicy. Cressida hints at sending Feyre back to Tamlin, and Rhys basically says, try it and die. So Rhys admits he hates lying to the summer court, and Feyre suggests honesty, and instead they get into a jealousy-fueled argument that ends with Feyre discovering her water magic is excellent for absolutely bitch-slapping smug high lords out of midair. On a pleasure barge, Tarquin charms Feyre, Rhys flirts with Cressida out of spite, and Feyre is incandescent with irritation. So by chapter 34, Feyre gets her revenge, more flirting, a private tour of the summer court's treasures, and offered to act as emissary and a black diamond necklace. Rhys shows up in her room pretending he's fine, absolutely not fine, and leaves her with To the Stars Who Listen and the Dreams That Are Answered. Politics, power, jealousy, and flirting as foreplay. Welcome to the summer court.
Emily, you always crush this. I think this is your best one. I do. I think yours is the best one. I think you really nailed exactly what I literally read 15 minutes ago. So yeah.
Are you ready?
No one comes to the kitchen couch for the food. Let's get after it. Look, I got to tell you something. Rhys redeemed himself a little bit in this until we got to the end, until we got to the petty shit. And I'm just like, I get it. Actually, I empathize and get it. Like, if he didn't do the petty shit, like, but you smiled at him. Like, oh, God. Dude, do not diminish your station with petty bullshit. Anyway, I did. I was like, oh, my man's back. My man's back to being like, I am me, right? I am the man who saved Under the Mountain. I did all of these things. Mm-hmm. It's so interesting. I think Sarah J. Maas does a great job in this book. My big takeaway is in this section specifically of taking you from the characters thinking a very worldly thing, and then having, I think, 2, maybe 3 needle drops, record stops that happen in these chapters, and they are visceral. I could feel them while I read them. I think that was really cool. But I do want to start at the end. Do you mind? Yeah. So when she's like, "You are jealous," yeah, and he was.
I'm like going back to chat. Let me scroll back there.
What?
I was queued up for the top, but yes.
My bad.
No, you're fine. I like it. I know that we had some back and forth this last time when we talked about the flirting, and is it flirting or does it give you the ick or not? All the things. I just am so happy, I think, to see Feyre feeling something that's not just like sadness and down on herself.
Oh yeah.
And it's not here, it's like in the first or second chapter that we read, but she basically is like, I enjoy flirting with Ristan and I deserve it.
Yeah.
Like I deserve to flirt with him if I want to.
It's so good. So okay, let's just, because you already queued at the top. Do you want to just start at the top? Because
I mean, whatever you want to do is fine.
I want to start at the top.
Okay.
The fight scene is dope.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fist fighting, where there's like some intentionality for her to get angry, and she starts throwing flaming fists and stuff, and that is straight up fantasy awesome bullshit. I love that kind of stuff, especially because like if you've seen Avatar: The Last Airbender, there's a lot of Avatar: The Last Airbender in these sections, which I love, especially with the water stuff. Have you ever seen it?
No.
Oh, it's like, you know, it's for kids, but like, yeah, it's great.
I mean, I have friends that showed it to their kids and have become like huge fans as adults. So it's like for kids, but they really love it. It's great storytelling.
I mean, you know, for kids, I liked it, and then the second series is good too. It's a little bit more mature.
But I like, we've kind of been talking about it in other ways as well, but basically like Cassian is just, you have said that you've identified with Cassian a few times. How do you feel about this? Because he's like, oh hey, I heard you like dumped his ass, and then she's like, and like the mood plummets immediately, and he's like, I'm so sorry. My bad.
The way that's dealt with in previous chapters, I thought we were like all past it, and then he brings it up, and I'm just like, oh, we're not past this.
Well, because it just happened.
It happened yesterday.
Yeah, it happened yesterday.
I took a break, believe it or not. And I was just like, oh, right, we're not past this. This is still a plot point. Okay.
It just happened. So the inner circle is finding out, like, oh, she, like, told him bye.
Yeah.
So then she sees him the next day to, like, fight or to train. And he's like, so I heard you wrote him a letter.
I loved it.
You like wrote that man a letter is what I heard.
So
Tell me everything.
He's like, so did you let him down easy, or was it rude? You know, let's hear. And she's just like, oh, and he's like, oh, my bad.
Oh, you're not ready for that. My bad.
Super identify with that kind of thing. I have done that a few times, and I wasn't part of the inner circle, and someone told me anyway. Boy, don't tell me secrets. Sometimes I don't remember them because they're not about me. And someone would be like, hey, you hear about this thing? And I'm like, oh yeah, I was told a few weeks ago. They're like, what do you mean? But stuff like this, oh God, I've let it out. Anyway, yeah, the letter, which it becomes important later. God, I want to get to it, but let's slow down. So then we get a time jump to like 4 days later. Right?
Yeah, it's like a training montage type situation. So,
you know what I was thinking of, by the way? You must be quick as a coursing river.
Totally. Be a man.
Yes, exactly.
Yes. But I also love, so basically she freaks out a little bit. We find out she's not really upset about leaving Tamlin, but she is like starting to actually process the fact that she killed some people finally and saying that out loud. So that's the part that she's really, really upset about, not so much the leaving Timmy Tam. Yeah. But Reese like cocoons her in his wings and calms her down, and like he gets points. He gets points for that.
I love that. Yeah, I love that moment. Like the manipulative text messages, but this I liked. You know, like he's really being thoughtful here. And as a reader, you feel like he's taking care of you as well, which I think is really sweet.
Aww. Did that shadow daddy take care of you, Luke?
He's not my shadow daddy.
He's mine.
I know.
We have that, and then we move into the next chapter, which is like, again, more training, but this time you get to like see how Cassian and Amryn kind of go at it a little bit. And Amryn's like a tiny little chihuahua. Like
before we get
ferocious little chihuahua.
You brought this up before. Then the chapter before, just before you brought this up before. It's not something that you said amongst the community. This is kind of a big deal. That like of the people who suffered under the mountain, it was really Rhys and her, and everybody else got to view their torture.
Mm-hmm.
And Feyre was like, "Oh." I especially love that she brought up the final night before the final trial. When Tamlin was like, I just want to fuck you. Yes.
Yeah.
I love that moment, by the way.
So yeah. She's like working out her anger and her like fists are setting on fire. Mm-hmm. And it goes from like, it feels like she's like going through all of the cycles of grief, like in this one fight with Cassian. But he is, and I guess like low-key, that's, I said some of those things, but also I was using her words. You just didn't realize I was using her words from the next book when we were talking about it. Because she's really mad that he just sat there and didn't really do anything the whole time. And then when he finally had agency back, he didn't want to actually do anything except be a dick and lord over people and control people. And she just wasn't down for that. So, like, she felt bad that she said she was going to stay with him and she was going to help him rebuild this, like, court. But at the same time, she's like, you know what? Actually, fuck that guy. Yeah.
And I'm happy she did, because fuck that guy.
Yeah.
Anywho, sorry. Jump to chapter 31.
Yeah. So then you get to see Cassian and Amryn kind of go at it a little bit. You see how feisty she is. Little otherworldly growl. She's about to like throw down, and then Rhys shows up with a lovely little invitation to the summer court. Yeah.
And I had no idea when this was coming, and I'm glad it's here.
Mm-hmm.
They talk a little bit about how long it took for them to receive this invitation. What I find that's interesting is I had immediate skepticism
with
politically with everyone outside the Night Court.
Tell me more.
At this moment, I was like, I for sure know Tamlin doesn't trust Rhysand, for sure. I don't know how much power Tamlin has with, influence, we'll say, with the rest of the crew, and with this amount of time having, politically, I was just like, this seems like a trap.
Yeah. No, I hear you. The reason why strategically they're going to Summer is because Rhys helped out the High Lord of Summer under the mountain. So he kind of owes Rhys a life debt in a way. Mm. So he's kind of got to try him out. And then we find out later that Rhys is really interested in going to try to be friends with him or to make good connections there, because Tarquin has some really progressive political views. He thinks that everybody should, have equal rights. Crazy.
Wild. The neutrality of the kingdom is the court is financially extremely beneficial. Also, his ancestors were horrible. So there's
everybody's ancestors were horrible.
That's a fair point.
Yeah. All of them. Yeah. So we get I mean, we are whiteys, but anyway.
We are white from the south.
Yeah. So
there's a chance. There's a chance.
Definitely a chance. I haven't looked back at my genealogy to really know for sure, but
hey, live in the moment.
Sure.
Just live in the moment.
Sure.
Just live in the moment.
I'm sure.
I'm sure.
So we talk about and I think like this chapter gives you sufficient skepticism too, because they're like, we really gonna take Feyre and parade her around? Like, it's now the time to go there, because once we do that, like,
Right.
his court, summer is right beside spring, so like Timmy Tam's gonna find out. Are we ready for that? Like,
yeah,
do we want to do this?
And part of the thing from the letter is tied into this too, obviously. Yeah.
But they have no choice, because Feyre is the only bloodhound that can sniff out that book. They need that book, baby.
The Bloodhound is a wild reference, but I do like it. I appreciate it a lot.
Isn't it nice?
Also, Cassian can't go because they're like, as you were mean to them, so you've been banished forever.
He destroyed an entire building.
Yeah.
That's what happened. So he's like permanently banned from the summer court.
Yeah.
Why? Because he did something stupid. Like, Cassian is such a doofus. He can fight real good.
Yeah, Cassian's the man.
I love him. I do.
He's the man.
But he's also kind of an idiot.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's come on.
Why?
I'm just ready, I'm ready.
It cracks me up. So, but you do find out, because they do a little like flirt back and forth.
We do need to talk about the end of this chapter, because she gets it with one. She gets it with one, which is.
Well, tell me which one you like.
Do you haven't? Oh, he says.
Oh yeah, this whole thing where
yeah.
I do have more important things to do. Yeah, she says one would think a High Lord would have more important things to do than pass notes back and forth at night. He says, I do have more important things to do, but I find myself unable to resist the temptation the same way.
Whoa, can I do my thing here?
Oh, my bad.
Sorry, I was preparing.
Please. Do you want me to throw it at you again?
Yeah.
Let me throw it at you again.
Thanks.
One would think a High Lord would have more important things to do than pass notes back and forth at night.
I do have more important things to do. But I find myself unable to resist the temptation. The same way you can't resist watching me whenever we're out. So territorial. That wasn't great, but I tried. Appreciate it.
I love it. So that's a part that I like, when she says, she's like, my mouth went a bit dry because it was good. He gave good. He purred. It says, I have more important things to do. He purred. So she liked it. And she says, my mouth went a bit dry, but flirting with him and fighting with him was easy and fun. And maybe I deserved both of those things. And I'm like, hell yeah, you do, girl. You saved an entire world already.
Yeah, you were tortured for like 90 days.
You deserve to flirt, babes. You go have fun.
You're also
absolutely
like 19, 20 years old. Like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. And honestly, go flirt, because that means I get to flirt. So let's do it. I love it. But she does get him, because she
this is my favorite line. This is my favorite line. Yeah.
She steps up and she closes the distance, smoothly steps past him and says, you haven't been able to keep away from me since Calanmai, it seems.
Buddy, I gotta tell you, my brain started flickering real hard.
Did it? Did it?
Because the root of Tamlin's bullshit comes from this moment. Not this moment specifically in this book, but like from Calanmai before. And we, even in the next chapter, and the reason I say that is because, Tamlin has had everything taken from him. So he's a jerk about things. He doesn't want to deal with his trauma. But we move on to Feyre talks about it in the next chapter. She talks about like that the fire festival is coming up soon.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I immediately was like, is Tamlin gonna seek out Feyre during the fire festival? That's what I immediately thought, which would be
Oh,
awesome. It'd be awesome.
yeah, it's a. But also means it's been a whole year, man. It's been a year.
She was under the mountain for a long time. You know?
Yeah. Well, it was like 3 months. Because it was every full moon. So, yeah.
Anyway, I was like, oh, is this going to happen? Is this going to happen? And I was like thinking about like a bloodthirsty, like, you know, horned up. Anyway.
Yeah. So that was 31. 32 we're here. And there it is. If we were lucky, none of them would realize that Reese's lapdog was actually a bloodhound.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that.
I don't know.
I love that.
I get it. But anyway.
So we end up in Adriata and we meet Tarquin, Varian, and Cressida. So tell me about first reactions, Summer Court, all the things. Tell me.
When Night Court and the Spring Court are described, I see it in my brain 2D animation, very colorful, very like oil painting. When this is described, I see it in a video game.
Okay.
Like this is a bright red and yellow castle with a high castle that they land on a balcony overlooking the ocean where they can hear the seagulls below them. I was in the, like, I can hear the waves crashing against the castle walls, and she can see the commerce from the ships. And I was just like, oh boy, I can see this in my head. Like I can see this in three dimension. This to me, as much as I prefer the nighttime, this reminds me of, like, I don't know, paradise. It actually reminds me of the Red Cape from Game of Thrones. If I'm being honest with you, it reminds me of that, where it's overlooking the ocean and it's high and blah 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 blah. Very cool, very cool. The scene of the three of them, because of what had happened underneath that mountain, makes sense to me. Right? He's kind of he's the youngest lord. He's the youngest by maybe 1,000 years.
By a lot.
Yeah.
He's only 80 years old. He's only an octogenarian.
A what?
An octogenarian, an 80-year-old person. You know, our politics are full of octogenarians. How did you not know?
I am not that well read, obviously. Jesus Christ. You hit me with that 3-syllable word or whatever. Yeah. Damn.
She's just a girl who likes to use $5 words. I'm sorry.
I feel stupid.
My husband hates them. I'm sorry. He makes fun of me all the time.
Octogenarian should have said, get the demon out of her. She's speaking.
I love you. I do.
Jesus.
But you get to meet them, and we meet. So what I think is interesting is, like, and I'm trying to think if there's other courts that are like this, but in Summer you have the High Lord, but then we have a prince and a princess as well.
Yes.
And that's kind of new. I
appreciate it. I actually appreciate that a lot. Like the way the way the courts work in each one it's very different, and I like that it's different. I like that it's not like, well, this is the King of Germany, and then all the titles are pretty much the same, and this is the King of Paris or France, and blah blah blah. It's different, you know, and it channels their commerce, it channels their history. It's just interesting. I also like that you can't really tell, like, it's his mother who's the queen, and it's his mother who's the queen, and his cousin who's like the prince, right?
I wasn't paying enough attention to really know. It
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But the other dude who's like the lord of he's essentially the Cassian character of
Varian.
Yes.
Yeah. Varian, he's kind of like the he's the prince, but he's also it's weird because it's kind of like it's Tarquin's second and third because they're all in on the strategy sessions.
Yeah.
For everything, you know?
Yeah.
But we don't like officially know.
It's okay. I just like how it's set up. I like that it like actually the way the power passes down in this court makes better sense to me because there is like a individual title thing that is the high whatever, it's the High Lord, which is the one. So
right.
And they get to hold the power of the seat. Like physically.
That's all of the courts have the High Lord and they're like the most powerful. But we haven't seen like quote royalty before, even though I guess Moore is Moore is called like a queen at some point as well. She's like described as a queen.
She is like
royalty.
Well, on his like I think if she was a man, she would be the High Lord. The way I read it, because like Rasan was like, yeah, she's the head of the family, except for I'm the man, and my father was the High Lord before. She
is the she's the one that's pure blooded. Yeah.
She's a Slytherin. Yeah.
Yes, Reese is a bit of a mudblood. So that's where we are. Okay, we're at dinner with these people.
I love these conversations, by the way. I love the weight of what they say.
Oh, yeah. Like
it's
a dinner
awesome.
when... Yeah, so Cressida is like, they're trying to figure out what's going on. And I also love that, like... they're talking back and forth and they're trying to figure out like where Feyre is what we're doing. Like, what are we doing though?
So right. So there's a little bit of okay. So Tarquin's letting things slip unintentionally, and Feyre's meeting it with politics. Also doing it in a way where she seems disinterested, just like Reese. Like she is pulling her best version of Reese, which is a little bit hilarious. There's a few things that happen here that are like pretty important for me. And then if you want to fill in the gaps and things I missed, that'd be great. One thing that happens that I think is super important is I remember we're one of the same, you and I remember. That is not even... I don't know what that's referencing. I assume it's important. And I imagine it's either reference something in the old book or reference something that's going to happen.
It's the kernel of each other's power. It's like she's recognizing the part of her that came from him.
I got you. Thank you. Okay, yeah. So the other thing that was interesting was the wedding.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So they said that she was Tamlin's bride, but she never went through with the ceremony.
Correct.
But they don't tell them that they never went through with the ceremony. Intentionally, maybe? And so...
Well, if you were the High Lord of Spring, would you be like, yeah, my homegirl just like decided she don't want to marry me anymore because I might be low-key toxic? Or would you be like, that rat bastard came in,
stole my wife. It's interesting that Feyre didn't let it slip either. Feyre wasn't like, didn't marry that fucking asshole. I didn't do that. It's interesting. There's like, they're very
strategy.
Well, there are tactics to a strategy for sure. I'm not 100% sure what those are, but there's another thing that's interesting too, and it didn't dawn on me until later, but it's the mother. What's the mother's name? Cassie something.
Cressida she's a princess.
The princess. Cressida. It didn't dawn on me until later that her animosity towards Feyre is actually just jealousy. I had no idea. The flirtation between the two of them. I love that Feyre has like a sixth sense for who a person is. A sign of like charisma and genius in my mind, like as a person, or I see it now, I see it in the wild, is when a person knows how to communicate to somebody else at their level, at their speed, at their energy, or complementary energy. And something that Feyre is in this universe way better at than everybody else is exactly that. I don't know how she has that capacity or capability, but
empathy.
To me,
empathy.
She's
She's had a really shitty life, and therefore is very empathetic to all people, versus some of these other folks.
Is empathic the better word, or is it just because there's some like it's almost like when I see it in real world, it's not empathy. People are just talented.
It's emotional intelligence.
That's it. She has emotional intelligence.
Yes.
Mirror you see in combination with empathy.
And a lot of times people with super high emotional intelligence, fun psychology fact, a lot of times people with high emotional intelligence had traumatic childhoods.
Yeah.
So they're hypervigilant and can read a tone change in a room because of trauma. So all of it tracks.
And empathy. It's not just that, it's also empathy, which is super important with this dude because his main concern is not getting taken advantage of. And you can tell that he thinks about it. And he even lets it slip that I think about this. And that I want to trust Reese, but I was told I shouldn't, so I don't. Anyway, we're not to that yet. But those are the big things during this conversation that really struck me. Did I miss anything?
No, but a little bit of a little theory, fun thing to throw in here. This is not proven. No one knows this for sure. However, this is one of the only princesses that is ever mentioned, really, like pretty much in the whole series, is this Cressida person. And just something of fun note. In A Court of Thorns and Roses, Tamlin talks about how he's been with men, women, princesses. He like literally lists out a princess. And then we meet a princess in the neighboring kingdom.
I see what you're saying.
So if she basically like Cressida's like, fuck Feyre, because she had Timmy Tam, the High Lord of the Spring Court, and they were going to get married. And now she's showing up with Restraint, who's the most powerful High Lord. I think there's so much jealousy from all angles in these chapters in the Summer Court.
Oh, there was also a moment in this chapter, and I just looked down to see it. Restraint shows up to winnow them to the Summer Court, and he's pissy because he was beaten in cards. That to me is a lie completely, but I just can't figure out what it would be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got like tag teamed by his friends and beaten at cards and stayed up too late or whatever.
Yeah, that seems.
Yeah.
That's a useless fact, and so it's not actually useless. It's actually interesting, and that no one has said anything about it. He's probably out scouring the skies and doing some anyway. Yeah, but Tarquin is the least intimidating High Lord we've met so far. Not intimidating as Tamlin. I mean, he's less intimidating than Lucian. Which leads us to the part where she's like, I could see someone falling in love with you, which I thought was an interesting thought, especially
which leads us to chapter 33.
Hold on. Especially because they're at about the same part in the book where the fire festival was.
Okay.
Where she meets Rhysand. Then she meets Tarquin at about the same point in the book. So
Interesting observation.
I was like,
You're like, wait a minute.
what are we doing here?
Hold on.
I don't need old girl bouncing around.
Yeah, I feel you on that. What I think. You good?
Well, I had a thought.
Tell me.
They say bouncing around. I was like, oh, if Feyre needed to take refuge someplace, this might be the only place she would go.
Into the summer?
Yeah. Anyway. Sorry. It bummed me out a little bit.
Okay.
I like the Night Court. That's why. Anyway.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, you're good. But it's because Tarquin's so likable, which is why, like, right at the top of 33, like, Rhys, like, comes in the next morning. He's like, oh, we have such a problem. I like him.
Yeah.
I like him. And now I feel bad because we're going to fuck him over. And I hate that, kind of, because I could see us being friends.
Yeah. Well, I don't know that Rhysand has friends, but yeah.
He has a whole inner circle of friends, Luke. Cassian, Azriel.
Yeah, but
Lord,
Tarquin's not one of those dudes.
What do you mean?
Cassian, Azriel, more specifically those three. I'm not sure. I'm not sure that old girl is his friend. Old girl, like, is just there not to, But Amber's the man. But I don't know. Tarquin does not strike me as a friend of Rhysand. They just.
He wants to be, which I think is so, like, Rhysand wants to be friends with them. Tarquin wants to be friends with Rhysand. And so Feyre's like, I don't know. Maybe let's just tell him the truth. Let's just try it and see what happens.
Yeah. Like, I actually kind of think that's hilarious. So, because.
And he's like, no.
He's like, we're not doing that.
We can't be doing that.
No.
Okay.
No. We can't have more people knowing the plan. Less people need to know the plan. Like Tarquin's never coming to the Night Court.
Tarquin says that.
Yeah, of course he does.
He literally says, Rhysand seems like the kind of person that, like, always has a master plan going and is not going to tell anybody else what that is.
Until after it's over. And
it's like, boo-boo, that's literally happening to you right now. Like, literally, it's happening to you.
Yeah, and he's told that
you're the plot.
This isn't filler. To those who know that it. Emily,
Luke,
that's a reference you for sure don't get.
Me?
Yeah, I just made a reference to something that you don't get. So, and
are you talking about you just phenomenon?
No, I did not. So we're gonna put this down for just a moment. In the show Naruto.
Okay, let's go.
I have a point, I promise. In the show Naruto. And Naruto Shippuden. There are 700 chapters of this comic book. Mm-hmm. The show caught up to the comic book. So, in terms of when it was released. And so they just created episodes out of thin air where none of the plot was moved forward and it was filler. There was 70 or 55 between that straight episodes of filler. So people watched for a year and like 3 months of filler weekly. And then the next episode came out that moved the plot along. Oh, there was weeks there where that was an episode. So people were just watching the main characters do stupid shit. In those episodes, the music would go ba-ba-da-ba-da-bo. And so friends of mine, Hank, my brother, the man, whenever we notice that we're doing filler arc bullshit, whatever that is, that's all we think about now. I'll send him voice notes. I'm like, it's like when you're driving to work on Wednesday.
I like it.
It's filler arc. Like today for most people, Monday, January 5th. Not
Mhm.
filler arc. Most people had to go back to work for the first time today in maybe 6 or 7 weeks. Because they weren't really doing shit at work for 6 or 7 weeks until today.
Unfortunately, everything that we said we'll circle back to in the new year, it has circled back around.
Yeah. How many meetings did
Were
you
there-
have? Actually, Emily, how many meetings do you have today?
Did I have today?
Yeah.
I don't have client appointments on Mondays, but I did. But I did spend like literally 6 hours on the phone today.
Yes.
So yeah.
I imagine that people who live next to me or whatever had 5 to 7 meetings today. That could have been weeks ago, and they just waited till the Monday. Anyways, today was not filler arc for it. It wasn't. And I thought, by the way, reading a lot of what was happening in the next section, which we'll go over now, was going to be filler.
Mhm.
I thought it was going to be, okay, we're just doing
Nope.
stupid shit. But except we get on a pleasure barge. When I read that, I was like, is there sex happening in the background?
You're like, wait a minute, hold
I was
on.
like,
What do you
how
mean?
much?
What do you mean by pleasure? What type? What kind?
How
What are we
much
talking about?
pleasure? Oh, we have it. Before
The
that,
kind.
she uses water magic because that's what happens when he's in the room. She tries to light the candle after he's got to rise out of her.
Oh my god, I think this is maybe one of the first times that she says fuck. Did you, when you read it, when she said it, did you go
I didn't even notice it.
Yeah, so it's on page like 3. I don't know, I'm looking at the electronic version, so I don't know about that. I could be a deer and look at it, but she says they're talking about like what are we doing? You're telling me don't get caught. Do you like that Tarquin can't stop looking at you? I can't tell if it's because he wants you or because he knows you have his power and wants to see how much. Can't it be both? Of course, but having a High Lord lusting after you is a dangerous game. First you taught me with Cassian, now Tarquin. Can't you find another way to annoy me? And then he says, you have one task here, Feyre, one task that no one can know about. So do anything you have to in order to accomplish it. But get that book and do not get caught. And she says, anything? If I fucked him for it, what would you do? Did that not make you go, oh?
No, it would have if she had said, fuck. Like that would have got me. But when she said that, I was just like, oh.
Yeah. Says, anything? If I fucked him for it, then what would you do?
Well,
and then he doubles down. He does not. Doesn't. He's right there at it as well. So he says, my pupils flared. His pupils flared, and his gaze dropped to my mouth. The wood dresser groaned beneath his hands. You say such atrocious things. I waited, my heart an uneven beat. He at last met my eyes again. You are always free to do what you want with whomever you want. So if you want to ride him, go ahead. Maybe I will. Fine. Like,
that's my favorite part. Fine. Yeah.
So dumb. But she does. I love this line. She says she's like figuring it out because he's like, go ahead and light the candle. And so she like summons an entire like thing of water and like smashes the candle over and then summons water out of thin air and then pelts him in the face with it, which I find adorable and lovely. But she says, no one was my master, but I might be master of everything if I wished, if I dared. Because she's got the power of all 7 of them.
Yeah.
So I love that for her. And then he, of course, is all like smarmy and is like, I suggest you don't show him that little trick in the bedroom.
Yeah, save that one for me later. I want to be splashed in the face later.
Yeah.
Emphasis on splashing. Emphasis on face.
Wow.
Had to. What are you gonna say?
You're gonna be very happy in other books in this series.
Sploosh.
If you know, you know. If you know, you know. Internet. You know, you know.
Sploosh.
So it does come back around to Tamlin because they talk about like him starting a war to get her, and she's like, "Oh, do you think he would like really do that?" And he's like, "I don't know."
Yeah, for sure. That motherfucker would for sure do that.
Yeah, and so he was like, you know, she said I would go back to him if I had to. Like I wouldn't want you guys to fight. Like I would basically sacrifice. Oh, he's gonna sacrifice himself.
Yeah, but, like there's zero chance Reese would let that happen.
No,
Because
yeah, he's
Reese would
absolutely
not
not
let
gonna
her
do
suffer again. He
No.
already said I wouldn't let you suffer again.
that. Yeah. So he's not gonna let that happen. But she's like, I would do it.
Yeah, like he like Reese would contemplate killing her. Before,
Like pity killing her?
yeah.
Mm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he did. That's what he did to Claire better. But anyway.
Yeah.
So he says he locked you up because he knew the bastard knew what a treasure you are, that you are worth more than land or gold or jewels. He knew and wanted to keep you all for himself. How'd that read for you? Did you like it?
I thought it was actually so extremely romantic, and it kind of ruined the next couple of parts of the.
When he then goes to like basically really flirt with Cressida a lot.
He's already done this. Like he's already been this person. He did this under the mountain when he forced Feyre to flirt with it. He's already. Come on, Feyre, stop this. Stop your weird jealousy. Fucking don't do this anymore. You know what's happening here. This is a mission-oriented situation here. Anyway.
Yeah, but they all, I mean, yes, but also they're like emotionally 12 years old sometimes. So I think like she says he does love me, Rosand. And he says the issue isn't whether he loved you, it's how much. Too much. Love can be a poison. And then he literally goes into being like, so I'm going to go flirt with Cressida and handle what needs to be handled.
Well, and he's listen. Look. We're talking about a man beyond my capacity, but
you're not a shadow daddy?
Let me tell you something. In the NFL.
Okay.
In the NFL, there's something called
Go Taylor's boyfriend.
The first 15.
Yeah.
The first 15 are the first 15 plays.
Mm-hmm.
So they rehearse, like in theater, the first 15 plays of the game. They actually do this. They practice it. Like it's scripted. The first 15 plays are scripted on offense.
Okay.
So Rosanna ain't running new tricks. This is scripted bullshit. Like it's already like he's a pro is what I'm trying to say. Like, so when you see this happen, you're gonna be like, oh yeah, he's a pro. This is what he does. Like he has this capacity. And
he's really good at it. Roseanne could peel the panties off of anything.
Another sign of genius is understanding another part of empathy, understanding someone's insecurities enough to use them to your advantage. For me, I like pointing out people's I like not acknowledging someone's insecurities, and then when they piss me off, I'm just like, oh, nice eyebrow, or whatever.
That's so diabolical.
Yeah, when they piss me off,
I'm never going to be able to like think about anything else.
What do you mean? Not you.
Oh, I know. Mine are fine.
Yours are great, actually. Like, but yeah. Like it's a superpower applied to like find someone's insecurity and just show it to them in my hand.
Again,
like it's my property.
Did you check the Enneagram test yet?
No. I told myself I didn't do it.
The world needs. I've been asked by 2 separate people if you've taken it yet. So I need you to do that for all of us.
Before we do the next one, I will.
Please. Okay. So back to the real. We're on the pleasure barge. We're talking about stuff. That's when we find out that he like has other like dreams and stuff. And also it's when she's like, I think it would be easy to love you and easy to call you a friend. And he's like, I wouldn't object to either.
Okay. So that's a line.
Mm-hmm.
That's a line. It's a line similar to one that I've used before.
Mm-hmm. On whose part?
What do you mean?
On whose part? Which part's the line? That I think I think it would be very easy to love you and easier to call you my friend, or the I would not object to either?
The first one, the first part.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
something very similar. Like, yeah, but pretty much the same thing. The intent is exactly the same. It's like, hey, I see the good in you, and it's yeah, it's super.
Yeah, I love it. I love him.
I'm not sharing that line with anybody who might be listening because I don't need y'all.
You might need to use it. I might need to use it some later. But she gets so upset thinking about him like flirting with Cressida, and he does a really good job. Like I reread it, and I was like, it grosses me out. Stop it, Rhysand. Yeah. Stop it.
Me too.
It was uncomfortable.
It made me a little sad too, but like I said, we just had this line where he talked about how precious she was. Like literally pages before, and she starts freaking out, and it's like, buddy. I know, but I think it just makes me really sad because of like where she goes, because she's so fucked up. This is like the same guy who summoned a bed, a smaller twin bed, to lay next to you in the same room and turn the other way while you slept. Like this is the same person who like came to you in your cell and when he was beaten and broken to just have a conversation because she's the only thing in this universe he can have the conversation with. Like, honey, chill the F out. And it's hard.
It's really hard as a girl.
Also, like y'all ain't a thing.
No, they have not defined anything of any sort. Yes.
And so, like, not even that they haven't defined anything. There's just nothing. Like,
nope.
There are zero expectations.
They're just flirting to flirt.
Like
most of the time.
I'm sure if Tarquin went to bed with somebody that evening, she'd find that a little jealous too, because that's girl brain shit.
Yeah. Well, yeah. But this especially. So he says. We're just gonna like get into the like sadness of it. It says, I glanced over at Cressida, who was now almost in Rhysand's lap, and Rhysand was smiling like a cat, one finger tracing circles on the back of her hand while she bit her lip and beamed. Blah blah blah. I hope they went to her room, because if I had to listen to Rhys bed her, I didn't let myself finish the thought. It says, it's been many years since I saw her like that. My cheeks heated. Shame. For what? Wanting to throttle her for no good reason? Rhysand teased and taunted me. He never seduced me with those long, intense stares, the half smiles that were pure Illyrian arrogance. I suppose I've been granted the gift once and had it used up and fought for it and broken. I suppose that Rhysand, for all he had sacrificed and done, he deserved it as much as she did. Even for a moment, I had wanted to feel like that again. She's like, okay, well, this breaks my heart a little bit, and I'm very sad about it, but he deserves it. I'm fine.
All the while, she goes out to the clubs with him, and she just is attracting every person that walks up to her saying, yeah.
Well, they same thing, but he didn't do anything.
He never does anything.
He never does anything.
He never does anything.
Yep.
Like the last thing he slept with was my favorite character in the series.
Yeah, I know. R.I.P. Amaranth.
yeah.
R.I.P.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Amaranth.
R.I.P. Amaranth. Damn, you were so cool, except for SA. Right. We're not cool with SA.
Like, no.
We're not cool with SA. No.
No. Yeah, so sad. Bless.
Same to you, Ianthe. We don't like you, Ianthe. We like Amaranth. Amaranth is awesome, except for SA.
Oh man, you just like the drama.
I like no. I like people who are, you know what I mean. They're living. Yeah, they're extra.
You like them a little crazy, Luke. We all know.
Boy, is that true. Like, a little weird ain't enough.
I know. I've been there. I've seen it.
Yeah.
So, chapter 34. So 34, she's so in her head about all of this. She just like hangs out in her room until lunch. She skips breakfast.
She disappears to the other end of this pleasure cruise. And
for like the last hour, she's like, I'm out. I can't watch this anymore. So she just goes and like fucks off by herself for an hour.
I know she's like, I could be asleep in Tamlin's bed right now. Instead, I'm on a boat. This sucks.
No, she doesn't.
She didn't think that.
She didn't go that far. It's like, don't get me wrong. We've all texted an ex before. We've all been there, but like, we ain't doing that. We're not doing that here. So, she hangs out in her room, doesn't go to breakfast because she's so like convinced that Rasanne's gonna come in with a smarmy comment about how well he slept, and she's gonna want to punch him in the face.
She was even not disgusted, but like taken aback about how quiet it was, which I thought was interesting. But yeah, totally. I wouldn't go to breakfast either. Fuck that. I'm not going.
She's like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
So she just hangs out in her room until it's time to go meet Tarquin for lunch, and then for a private tour of the treasure trove, which is not his body, but could be if she wanted it to be.
You know what? I'm sure I've driven by a sex shop that is called that. Treasure trove. Have you not? I'm sure you have.
I'm sure I have.
Yeah, we've both been in South Carolina before.
Right. Yes. You're right. So, but she gets dressed. Little psychology. She gets dressed to match him.
I love her outfits in these chapters, and I don't often love her in a dress. To be frank with you, I like her wearing whatever she feels like wearing,
and she feels like wearing them.
Yeah, that's what's cool.
Pretty.
She is pretty. That's the thing. I like that she feels pretty, right? It's great. Like the confidence is so cool. So the appearance of being rich is just as attractive as actually being rich in most cases. It's wild. Anyway, go ahead.
So she comes out and she's like matching him. They have a little bit of like a little back and forth, and she gets to repay Rhysand, because he's like, hey, like he's like knocking on her little like mental doors, and she's like, and she just slips closer, to Tarquin and flirts it up, and like tries to pay him back a little bit for how bad he made her feel the night before.
Two things. One, the servants. They remind me.
And Kerrigan.
Yeah. I've been meaning to say this for a while. They remind me of the Dormelage from Black Panther.
Oh yeah.
These really big, like not big, but like strong, powerful women who just walk quietly and are awesome. Anyway.
Okay,
yes.
so that hold on. I think it's interesting that you see them that way because they are wraiths, which means they're like literal shadow. Like
Yeah, I see them as like, oh wow, how powerful you are, and then when they disappear, they even disappear from your mind.
Yeah. Interesting.
That's how I
see guess like I see them maybe as like, oh, this is like a totally other way to go with it, like in The Princess and the Frog. Disney.
You're right.
You know what I mean? Both and all his little like shadowy things that are like helping out. That's kind of like how I see them in a way.
Yeah.
I mean, they have corporeal bodies, but also they're like shadowy.
What? Corporeal?
Corporeal.
Corporeal.
I'm sorry.
That's what I'm saying. Corporeal.
That's not what you're saying.
What are you talking about right now?
Corporeal.
All right, let me try again. Corporeal.
I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Anyway, yeah, I like them too.
They have ethereal bodies and they have real bodies. Corporeal.
I like this character too.
Corporeal. Corporeal is funny though.
Not
it's hilarious.
Parkour.
Corporeal.
Parkourial. No, not the same. Okay, anyhow, we go and look at all the stuff. She can't find anything, so then she's like, okay, now I'm just like looking at a bunch of shit for no
I gotta
reason.
tell you, him tapping into her brain made me think of her safety more than anything, FYI.
What do you mean?
Like, I was more concerned that he was concerned about her safety rather than it being like, remember me? Remember me?
Yeah. Yeah.
was like,
He was
hey-
like, it was like, hey, be careful. Like,
Yeah.
hey, be careful. Kind of situation.
And then she's just like, anywho, sorry. Yeah, she doesn't find anything. She finds like, you know.
But she has a moment like that too, because they are like they're in there looking at all the stuff, and it's behind some like locked doors that only he's able to really get through because the magic is keyed to his body. And yeah, and she's like all of a sudden, well, you know, if he wasn't a good guy, actually, I could be in danger right now.
Yeah. That's exactly what I thought.
She also has that moment. But I do think it's cool, and like to his Tarquin's credit, that he's like, oh, we're good, we're cool. Like I'm not trying to creep you out, ma'am.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. He's like he has some similar trauma-based situation going on.
But she gets gifted a necklace of black diamonds, which is exciting.
Yeah, that was weird.
What do you mean? I mean, he had a whole bunch of stuff in there.
It was just the first thing that she picked up. And he was like, keep it.
Well, I mean, she liked the ruby necklace.
Oh, that's fair. My bad.
She looked at that too, and then we got to the pearls and sapphires and then the black diamonds. And he's like, you're the emissary of the Night Court. Those are black diamonds. You should keep those.
Yeah. Do you got the other High Lords have told me about Reese and warned me about him, but he spared me out of the mountain. Brutus, my cousin. And Brutus was my cousin, and he had forced the cities to the storm under the mountain. They caught him sneaking out through the tunnels and blah 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 blah. The Summer Court's a bunch of dogs. Like, they were trying to figure out how they were gonna stop this whole situation by themselves. Like, they were
because the Lord of Spring, who was out and free, didn't do a damn thing. He sat on his ass for 50 years.
Oh yeah, sending his friends out to die in the woods.
And then he couldn't even finish the job. He sent her ass home when she was on the verge of falling in love with him.
I almost said something inappropriate.
Tamlin is just such a waste.
The worst.
He's the worst. Anyway, so she's like, do you have anything else here? Maybe that we could look at? That's because I'm not really feeling anything in here. Any other treasure troves to show me? Literally, she says that.
Yeah, she says it. And then she's like, what is it? Something about like, that's exactly what a thief would ask. It's like, yeah. That is exactly what a thief would ask.
You're like, oh, it's funny that you should say that. Because the plot's happening around you and you're getting it. You're just not getting it.
You're just a child in this world, brother.
Yeah. You're like, it is happening. Yeah. Are gold and jewels not impressive enough? What if your merchant's eye? And she taps the box and she's like, oh, I already got what I wanted. You already gave me the necklace. Like, hello.
What if your merchant's eye? I wish she'd been like, I'm a high fae. I was a stupid human and now I'm immortal. I literally have everything I want.
Oh my god, that's adorable. But she gets a little flirty with him too. Like, what a reckless, wild, young High Lord.
I did roll my eyes at that. I was like, oh, okay.
She's all flirty, and that's when he's like, I think it might be very easy to love you too, Feyre. Easier to be your friend. So it's sweet. It's very sweet. And then we go back. So she goes back to her room, and Reese's Pieces is laying on her bed.
Once again, great line, boys. I'm not going to use it because I have something that's better. But that's a great line for
Which
the
part?
dude to use.
Oh, I think it might be very easy to love you and easier to be your friend.
Like 5th to 8th date, right there. 5th to 8th date, maybe 4 if you progress a little bit further. But it's like, wow. Just drop it.
I mean, I'm not trying to help mankind. Because, I try to help women, but also if men would just read more of these types of books, it's literally a manual of how to.
Yeah. I mean, not everything is like good, but there's so much super good that it's worth it.
Mm-hmm. But also, like, this is shit we love. Now, granted, I will say there's definitely some stuff that if it happened in real life, it would give me the ick. It's okay in books. It's not okay in real life.
This happened to me in real life, and I'm just going to drop it. If this person's watching this, I think it's great. Understand, when I did it, I was like, oh, this is really smart. Okay. I was going to be late to meeting up with this person. And they said, just let me know when you're 8 minutes out. They live close by to where we were going. And I texted back. I didn't just leave it at that. Because most dudes would. Most dudes would just leave it at that. And then when they get 8 minutes out, they say, hey, I'm 8 minutes out. Or when they're 10 minutes out, they'd say they're 8 minutes out. So they didn't have to wait too long for her to actually show up. Because sometimes women be late. I said, I got you. That shit, that kind of shit right there, just acknowledgement that you can trust that I've got you.
I will be there. Yes. Because honestly, how many times are girls like, I even to my own husband, I'm like, but would you love me if I was a worm?
It's like, yeah, for sure. I'd put you in my pocket and carry you around.
Yes. Yes.
And I take you everywhere. I take you everywhere I was going. And dark times and the light.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's easy answer.
So sometimes we just like to hear it. So then we walk in to our room and Reese PC is laying on our bed.
Okay.
And
yes. So this was like a TV show. This was a TV show moment. This was like when old dudes on Clarissa Explains It All's bed when she shows back up because he climbs through the ladder. He climbs through the window. This is like straight out of television. Mm-hmm. I love this. This was awesome. Everything from the beginning to the end. He's sitting there. He's all weird and jealous, but he's trying to be cool about it. She's all frustrated and weirded out by the stuff he was doing. They confront each other. And then finally, we get back to where we started, which was like, you're jealous.
Mm-hmm. I love it.
Envy looks ugly. Envy looks cute on him.
It does look really good on him. It does. It does. And also the fact that he admits it too, because not everybody does.
What's interesting is like, you can tell by this point that Rasan doesn't think he's ever going to get what he wants. And he's almost confused by it. And so what he does is like, he pre-plans and pre-plans and pre-plans and pre-plans to ensure that he's going to get what he wants. Because he's so scared it's going to get taken from him.
He has been fucked over by life so many times.
And so we're to this point, and this is a thing he doesn't want taken from him. And he's being a little bit fucking weird about it. Mm-hmm. And I totally understand.
And I love it. It makes me so happy.
And they had this really romantic night sky moment with the darkness, which I thought was really, really cool. Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah.
the huntress with an artist's soul.
I love it. I love it so much. Yeah, I love how he gets so mad about it.
But I met his stare as I clinked my glass against his, the crystal ringing clear and bright over the clashing sea far below, and said, to the people who look at the stars and wish, Reese. And then he picks up his glass, and Reese clinks the glass against mine, to the stars who listen, and the dreams that are answered.
Mm-hmm. But you skimmed over the part the girly part. It's a girly part. It's girl shit for sure. But he says, he picked up his glass, his gaze so piercing that I wondered why I had bothered blushing at all for Tarquin.
The smile, man. The smile crushed him. You find that out in this moment. The smile crushed him. Because she hasn't smiled at all in this book. Even if it's... like, she doesn't even have a disingenuous one. She's been just like...
Well, she did like one time. She like let out a laugh at something that happened. And she laughed and he was like...
I do say
Make
what?
that sound again. Make that sound again. It takes him aback, and I love it. I love that. So that's our situation at the moment.
I do say, ladies and gentlemen, and Emily, we're about halfway through.
We are actually.
We are
at 53%. Says the electronic copy of the book.
I'm going to go back and look at the map here so we can kind of gaze at where the summer court is. There are 3 massive cities in the summer court, which I thought was really kind of cool. It neighbors the autumn court, and you can see it right here on the book. It's where Wales would be in England. It's pretty much. So
Welsh.
Am I wrong? That's where it is, right there.
No, it is. But do you know what that means? That puts the Night Court up in Scotland.
Hey!
That means Reese PCs has a Scottish accent.
I hope so.
I hope so too.
But is it like Sean Connery? I think it's like Sean Connery.
Yeah. It's like a
She's like, oh, I remembered my Charlemagne. May your weapons be the rocks in the field and the birds in the sky.
That's actually pretty good. But I really just want you to say, shuck it, Trebek.
Ha! Shuck it, Trebek. Shuck it long and shuck it hard.
Yes!
I've been practicing that forever. I hope you understand. That's been in the bag for a long time.
Oh my god. I'm so glad that just happened. That's going to be a top 10 moment of my life. So thank you.
I'll take the rapist for 1,000.
Therapist. Sorry, there's so many like younger kids that have no idea what we're talking about. That's an SNL skit, children.
I'm sorry, I gotta do it. My other favorite one is when what's his name? Guy who plays the first Spider-Man?
Tobey Maguire.
Yeah, Tobey Maguire's on there, and the other guy's doing he's doing the same thing. And Tobey Maguire is playing Keanu Reeves. And he's like, Tobey Maguire's like, he's like, Keanu Reeves, I'll take balloons for 400. That's not even a category. My mistake. I'll take balloons for 800. Like, this shit had me for a week. I'll take balloons for...
That's so sad. Keanu's such a good person.
Your mother.
Okay, so the next chapter set is chapter 35 through 39, so up to 40. So in the paperbacks, it's going to be pages 338 through 381.
God.
It's just a quick little less than 50 pages. You'll find.
Okay. Yes, thank you for sticking with us through this thing as I mark the place where I'm going to get to from where we were. The Mortal Queens is the first line in chapter 40. So we're going to take a small hiatus, and not a long one. Get these chapters read, release the next video very, very soon. Make sure to keep up. Make sure to catch up if you haven't. Also, Aunt Haley, hi. And if you lasted this long, 0 chance you did. But if she did, hi. And remember, we got memberships. We got other ways to engage with this, participate. Tell us what you thought about our reaction to these chapters, check out the Smut Oracle. You'll find our contact information in this video, as well as wherever else you'll find the Smut Oracle on Twitter, Instagram, all that kind of stuff. Instagram mostly. Check that out. And I think that's all we've got for you. Don't forget to
like and subscribe
and hang out with us. So until next time, later taters.
Peace.